Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing kind of like a two-part video, I'm combining two videos. So I'm combining the last video of the favorite makeup look series that I'm doing on my channel. For that look, I'm going to be doing my go-to favorite makeup look, and then the other video that I'm going to be combining with that video is my number one favorite skincare and makeup video that I'm going to be doing a full face of. So I'm going to start with the eyes. Any type of look, I always start with the eyes. So okay, my number one favorite brow pencil is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I've used this one for a long time, and I just got back into using it again a couple months ago, and I absolutely love it. It's just an amazing pencil. And this one is in shade 2, by the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to brush up the brow hairs first. And now I'm going to fill in the brows. I also really like the Goof Proof one. That's another one I really like from Benefit, but I don't know. I like this one a little bit more. I just like how precise this pencil is. I mean, I do still really like the Goof one. I'm just filling in the brows. Okay, now that the brows are filled in, I'm going to take the spoolie again and just softly go through the brows. And we can revisit the brows later just to touch them up. Okay, actually, this is the second place winner of my second favorite brow product. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. This one is in taupe, and I love this one. I don't normally do this for an everyday look, but I just want to show it in here. I'm just going to fill in the sparse areas of the brow, just to add a little bit more detail to the brow. I really like how that looks. Okay, now we can go in, or actually let me brush up the brow hairs one last time. And now we can go into the eyes. My favorite eye primer is the ColourPop Party Proof Eye Primer. This one is in translucent. It definitely does remind me of the Urban Decay one. Now I'm going to take my favorite concealer. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. This one is in Fair. I'm going to take just a tiny bit of this on the eye. I'm also going to I'm going to use my favorite brushes for this look as well. So this brush is from Anissa Beauty. This is the Angled Concealer Brush. I absolutely love it. So these brushes are just amazing. You'll see a couple more of these brushes during the look. This is just amazing. So I'm just going to blend the concealer in, and then take what's left and kind of carve out the brows on the top of the brow. For setting the concealer, I am going to use my number one favorite powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powder in translucent, and then my favorite brush to apply the powder on the eyes is the Morphin L'Oreal brush number A20. I'm going to take a little bit of this and just sweep this on the entire eyelid. Now that that is done, we can go right into eyeshadow. I'm going to use my number one favorite eyeshadow palette, and I kind of recently got this. I had another one in mind for this video, but I kind of fallen in love with this eyeshadow palette, and it's just an amazing eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Glam palette. This is just such a great eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take the color Transition in the palette with my favorite blending brush, or crease brush, I should say. This is the Morphin L'Oreal brush number A25, and this shade is going to go in the crease as my transition. Okay, next I'm going to take the shade Blend, and this shade is going to go directly below the transition shade. I'm going to use the same brush. Okay, so next I'm going to take the color, I don't know if I should do inner corner one or center eyelid. I'm going to use inner corner because that matches the Super Shock shadow that we're going to use in a bit. So I ended up going with this color, and I'm just going to apply it with my finger. Then I like to take my blending brush. This is my favorite blending brush. This is the Morphin L'Oreal brush number A11, And what I like to do is I like to kind of blend this color in the crease a little bit, kind of right in the outer too. Okay, I could leave the eye look at that, but I actually want to do a couple more steps. So I'm going to take my favorite kind of like outer eye brush. This is the Morphe and L'Oreal brush number A29. I'm going to take the color Smoke and just smoke out outer V. Kind of slightly crease as well. I do go back in with my blending brush just to blend everything. And then I'm going to take my Super Shock Shadow from ColourPop. This is in the color Mighty Morphin, and I'm going to apply this right on top of the inner corner shade that we applied on the crease. Oh no, look what happened. Good thing I ordered a new Super Shock Shadow. I'm going to tap some of that off because that was a lot on the finger. That is not good. I should have been a little bit more careful on dipping my finger into the Super Shock Shadow. Usually I'm a lot more careful. That was bad. What I'm going to do now is I wasn't going to include an eyeliner in this look, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, I'm taking my favorite eyeliner. This is the ColourPop BFF Liquid Liner in Grande. And I'm going to create a small wing line on the lash line. Okay, so off camera, first set the eyeliner with the Smoke shade from Palette, which is this shade here. And then I applied my current favorite lashes. These are the Ardell Foam Mink lashes in 815. And now we can start working on the face. So my number one favorite is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. What I've been really liking to do, I just like to use my fingers. And first, just apply this to the T-zone, kind of what's left on my fingers. I just like to spread everywhere else. My number one favorite foundation is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. And then the brush that I love to apply any foundation is the NYX Beauty All Over Face brush. And then I'm just going to start applying this. And I'm going to go back to the concealer that we used on the eyes, and I'm just going to kind of put it under the eye area first, and then in blemishes. Then I'm going to use the same brush that we used to blend in the concealer on the brows. This is the NYX Beauty Angled Concealer Brush to blend the concealer. To be using this, so I'm going to use the shade from the RCMA foundation. Okay, for brush, I love to use the BK Beauty brush. I would start cheeks for contouring, but I actually want to contour the nose first because I like to kind of, when I blend in all of my contouring and highlighting, I like to do my nose last. So I'm going to contour my nose first and then blend it in last. Still kind of a newbie on contouring the nose. I feel like I have a good sense of like how I want to contour. I should have done highlight first. My bad. So I'm gonna actually do that right now. I'm gonna take the concealer. I'm just going to kind of do a couple of dots on my nose. So I'm going to start on the under eye area. I like to go right up against the nose contour. Okay, and then for the forehead highlight, I just kind of do this just like that. And then I'm going to do the Cupid's bow and the cheek. Now back to contouring. I'm going to contour the cheekbones. Now that I have everything placed, I'm going to start blending it. So I'm going to use my beauty blender. I'm going to use kind of like this part of the beauty blender just to tap everything in and blend everything. And I like to start with contour. Okay, I'm going to use the NYX Beauty Angled Concealer to blend in the highlight. Okay, my favorite blush, or my number one favorite blush, is the Honest Beauty Cream Blush in Coral Peach. Okay, so anyway, like I said earlier, I'm going to take this shade here, take a small amount of it. I don't know why I tapped it. It's cream. I'm just going to apply this to the cheeks first. I love to also go on the nose, what's left on the brush, and then on the forehead as well. And then I like to take a blending brush like this one. This one is Blending Crease Brush from Sephora. I'm going to take the cream blush. I'm just going to go in the crease a little bit with this. Now it's time to set everything. We're going to go back to the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I'm going to take the, I think this is also from Morphin. This is the Golden Face Brush Collection. I'm going to set the T-zone. Okay, pretty much the same exact brush, but it's a little bit bigger from the same collection. I'm going to use the same powder and set the outsides of the face. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to take my favorite bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this one is in bronzer. I'm going to take my favorite bronzer brush. This is the Real Techniques powder brush, and just warm up the cheeks, a little on the forehead. We can go back to the eyes. I'm going to take first the shade. I'm going to use my favorite under eye kind of brush. This is the Morphin L'Oreal brush number A19. I'm just going to apply this to the lower lash line. And then really quickly, I'm going to apply mascara and then I'll be right back. So now I'm going to be doing the lips. So my favorite lip liner is the NYX lip liner. I have tons of these. They're so great. And another one that I really like that I don't use anymore, but I still really love it. I had tons of them too, were from Mary Kay. Their lip liners were great too. I'm into these now. So this one is in nude pink. Okay, now my favorite, my number one favorite lipstick. This is a liquid lipstick. This is the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink liquid lipstick in Cheeky. And this is my favorite lip combo. I did a short on my favorite lip combo. I'll put it down in the description and in the cards for you guys to watch. Like, this is the lip combo that I do all the time for an everyday look, and it's just sometimes when I want to do a more glamorous look. So my number one favorite lip gloss is the ColourPop So Glassy Lip Gloss. This one is in Spring Fever and it matches Cheeky so well. It's crazy. The liquid lipstick has dried down. I'm going to apply the lip gloss now. To set the makeup, I'm going to use my number one favorite setting spray. This is the Revolution Hydrate and Fix Setting Spray. Fixing Spray. Okay, today's Bible verse is Romans 10:17. So faith comes from hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. And that was Romans 10:17. Alright, that was it for today's video. See you guys on the next one. Bye!